Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is getting extremely close to breaking this pattern, while Solana is still exploding to the upside, but is now running into important resistance. And on top of that, Ethereum is now forming a new pattern in the short term, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just giving you a really quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now the bearish divergence is technically still active. So like I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, we're due to see reduced bullish momentum, at least in the short term, which usually plays out in the form of either choppy sideways price action or potentially a bit of a pullback in the price of Bitcoin. And obviously over the last couple of weeks, that's pretty much exactly what we've seen, mostly choppy sideways price action as one of the most common outcomes from a bearish divergence. But as I've also said over the last few weeks here on the channel, of course, even though I'm expecting a bit of a short-term pause from the bullish trend, which has been playing out as expected, technically we are still within the bullish trend on the daily Bitcoin chart due to the DXY, or the US dollar index, also trending in the bearish direction. And I won't be going too much into detail about this chart in this video today, but basically all you need to know is if the DXY is trending in the bearish direction, that is usually a bullish thing for Bitcoin, bullish for the trend. And so really I would only start to flip much more bearish again on Bitcoin in terms of the trend here on the daily chart if we see a strong bullish reversal here in the DXY, which right now has not happened. And so once again, considering the DXY is still in the bearish trend on the daily chart, obviously we're still within the bullish trend on the daily Bitcoin chart. It's just in the somewhat shorter term, obviously we have taken that bit of a pause from the bullish trend due to that bearish divergence, but not necessarily confirmed a reversal from the bullish trend into a bearish trend. And if we're taking a look at the 8-hour Bitcoin chart, as I said in my last video here on the channel, the price of Bitcoin is forming a new ascending triangle pattern with horizontal highs and ascending lows. And right now, this line of resistance is still sitting at around 44.2k approximately, and this line of support is sitting at around 42.5k. And so as I explained in my last video in more detail, if we see a confirmed break below that line of support, that would set up a bearish price target to the downside, which would be sitting at around 37.9k. But on the other hand, if we see a confirmed breakout above that line of resistance, then that would set up a bullish price target to the upside, sitting at around 49,500. And so either way, we're looking at roughly around an 11 to 12% move in the price of Bitcoin once we confirm a break either above this resistance or below this support. And so for the Bitcoin traders out there, we do not actually need to know the direction of the price of Bitcoin, where we are heading next. All we need to know is the support and resistance. Those are the breakout signals. And once again, the moment we confirm a break of one of those levels, that would set up the price target in play. And once again, for the traders out there, we can make money no matter what direction the price is going. Obviously, if we break out above resistance and confirm the bullish price targets, we could use a long position to profit to the upside. Or on the other hand, if we break to the downside, we could use a short to profit to the downside. But at least for now, considering the price of Bitcoin has not yet confirmed to break out above resistance or below support, at least as of right now, I am not yet in a trade because we have not yet confirmed any price target in play. And so that right there is my next trading signal. And if you want to know more about my short-term trading strategy when it comes to this trade right here, then check out my last video here on the channel to find out more about this trading strategy. But remember, nothing that I'm saying is personal financial advice because I don't know your personal financial situation. I'm just letting you know my personal trading strategy, being transparent when it comes to my trades that I'm taking. And if you want to take advantage of this next trade coming soon, then make sure to have an account ready to go over on Bybit or Bitflex, which I'll leave links to in the description down below and in the pinned comment. And if you use those links down below this video, you can claim extra deposit bonuses, but only if you use those links down below this video. And while you're down there in the pinned comment or in the description, there will also be a link to this page right here, which is to the Bybit card. And personally, I've been using the Bybit card to actually spend around this Christmas holiday season, because basically with crypto going to the upside, I'm able to spend extra crypto using this card without even selling crypto into a bank and then spending it. And unlike other crypto cards out there, there's no staking requirement, so you don't have to lock up any funds to actually get this Bybit card. And on top of that, there's up to a 10% cash back. So basically that's a 10% discount on all purchases by using this card. And also, if you use the link down below this video to apply for the Bybit card, you can get 25 euro in bonuses. And so you might as well check this out if you're interested in the Bybit card, basically spending crypto. Once again, I've been using this myself around the holiday season. And obviously, as Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market market continues further to the upside, basically I'm able to buy more things with this Bybit card as the purchasing power of my crypto is increasing. And so once again, if you want to check this out, I'll make sure to leave a link to this page right here in the description down below and in the pinned comment. In fact, it'll be the first link down below this video. But anyway, getting back into the Bitcoin part of this video, this is on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. And at least as of right now, we're looking relatively neutral in the short term, because as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is still currently trading within this area of support and this area of resistance, with this area of support sitting in between around 43,000 going up towards around 43.3k approximately, and this area of resistance sitting in between around 44.4k going up towards around 44.7k. And so once again, while the price of Bitcoin is in between that area of support and that area of resistance, we're looking relatively neutral in the short term, basically in a choppy sideways price range. But obviously over the last one day, we did see a slight dip to the downside, which did obviously get bought up around that area of support. And once again, the RSI in the short term was a leading indicator of that short-term dip, telling us that we're looking somewhat weak in the short term. But basically, once we confirm a break below this support or this resistance here on the 8-hour chart or the 12-hour chart for the ascending triangle pattern, that is really when the next major move will likely happen. And something to potentially be concerned about at the moment is, of course, the Bitcoin funding rate, and not only for Bitcoin, but for a lot of other coins out there as well, because right now the funding rates across the markets are extremely high, which basically means it's unsustainable for the long positions over the long term, because basically if the market is just going sideways, the long positions are actually losing a lot of money due to these extremely high funding rates. And so the market doesn't even need to go to the downside in order for the longs to lose and the shorts to win. Once again, if the market is just flat going sideways, the shorts are actually making money. And so due to that being the case, of course, with these extremely high funding rates, they're basically incentivizing shorts to open and longs to close, which is bearish selling pressure. And so essentially, as soon as this bullish momentum begins dying out, once again, if we don't see a breakout sometime soon, then this could likely result in a decent retracement in the price of Bitcoin and also other crypto assets with these funding rates very high right now. And so essentially the clock is ticking for this breakout. Once again, we need to see a breakout to the upside very soon, because otherwise if the price just continues chopping around sideways like this, the long positions are losing a lot of money, which could potentially force some long positions to close, which adds selling pressure to the market. And so that is just something to think about. Once again, these funding rates extremely positive. Of course, it doesn't mean we are guaranteed to definitely see a major pullback, but it is something to at least be aware of as of right now. But anyway, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily time frame, and just like Bitcoin on the daily chart, the bearish divergence is still currently active. And so like I said, around 2 weeks ago here on the channel, this means we're due to see a bit of a pause from the bullish trend, most likely in the form of either choppy sideways price action or potentially a bit of a pullback in the price of ETH, which is essentially what we've seen over the last couple of weeks as expected, mostly choppy sideways price action with a slight pullback off the local high. But remember, this does not necessarily confirm a trend reversal from bullish back to bearish. Once again, this could just be a short-term pause within the bullish trend before continuing the bullish trend later on. And obviously, we still have this significant area of support sitting in between around 2.1k going up towards around 2150. And also at around 2150, we have this Fibonacci level of support, which has been acting as perfect support over the last couple of weeks. And just staying on the 8-hour time frame, taking a look at this falling wedge pattern, which has obviously broken out to the upside, and technically speaking, the breakout for the falling wedge is still active, which means the price target is still active at the top of the wedge. But once again, as I explained recently on the channel, I did enter into a long position right around this breakout, considering we were breaking out in the bullish direction. But considering those very high funding rates combined with the fact that the price was running into this short-term area of resistance, obviously I did close that long position right around these highs just here. And I did actually share that update in real time over on my Twitter. So if you want extra real-time updates throughout the day, make sure to follow me over on my Twitter, link down below this video. But while we're here on the 2-hour ETH to US dollar chart, right now the price of ETH is potentially forming a new pattern, which is a potential bullish flag pattern. Because as you can see back here, we did see a move to the upside in the price of ETH, which was that breakout from the falling wedge pattern. And that breakout right there is the potential flagpole for the bull flag. And of course, over the last few days, we have formed that flag in the form of a short-term pullback, forming lower highs and lower lows. And right now, this line of support is sitting at around 2230, with this line of resistance sitting at around 2.3k. But remember, just above that line of resistance just here, we also have this area of resistance sitting in between around 2310 going up towards around 2330. But basically, if we confirm a breakout above the bull flag resistance line, so above 2.3k, then looking at a potential price target for the bullish flag pattern, that would set up a price target at around 2.4k, or more specifically at around 2410. And so from the point of the breakout to that price target, that's roughly around a 4 to 5% move to the upside. But remember, between the breakout and the price target, we also have that major area of resistance. And so honestly, I would not even be confident in that price target right there until we at least see a confirmed breakout above that area of resistance. Once again, confirming a breakout above around 2330. Because obviously, while the price is still below that area of resistance, of course, it's still possible we could just simply see another rejection from that resistance, like what we've seen multiple times so far. But anyway, taking a look at the Solana to US dollar charts here on the 3-day time frame, and right now the price of Solana is running into critical resistance. And obviously, this is now happening shortly after we saw a confirmed breakout above that golden pocket, which I explained on the channel all the way back down there around a couple of weeks ago here on the channel when the price was at around $70. I said the moment we confirm a breakout above $77, we're likely going to see a quick run in the price of Solana up towards around $120, which is exactly what we've seen as expected. But right here, we do have an important Fibonacci level, the 78.6% Fibonacci level of resistance, sitting at around $120 approximately. And on top of that, we have this previous high back here in the price of Solana that we saw in around April 2022. And that previous high back there is sitting at around $140, give or take. And so essentially, this $20 zone on the chart just here, once again, in between $120 going up towards around $140, should be acting as major resistance. And so personally, I would not be surprised if we do end up seeing a bit of a slowdown of some sort around that area, whether it's just a sideways consolidation or a bit of a slowdown in the bullish price action before a breakout, or potentially a pullback from that area before a breakout later on. Basically, I would not be surprised if we do see a slowdown sometime soon in that area right there. But overall, on the larger trend, obviously, I'm still very much bullish here on the 3-day chart, because right now we're still forming higher lows and higher highs. So even if we do see a short-term pullback, obviously that could just be forming a new higher low before continuing higher later on. And if we eventually see a confirmed breakout above that area just there, so confirming a breakout above around $140, then it's likely that once we see a confirmed breakout above this area of resistance, we could potentially see a run all the way up towards around the all-time high, which is sitting at around $250. And so from that breakout, from around $140 up to the all-time high, that's roughly around an 80% gain in the price of Solana with zero leverage. And if we're taking a look at the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour chart, of course, just recently we have now invalidated this bearish divergence here on the 4-hour chart, because just recently we have confirmed a new higher high in place in the 4-hour candle closes in the price of Solana. But at least as of right now, we could still potentially form a new bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart, because once again, right now the price is still sitting in higher highs, while the RSI, at least for now, is still sitting in lower highs. And so once again, this bearish divergence right here has been invalidated. So right now, as of recording this video, there's no bearish divergence in play, but we could potentially form a new bearish divergence if the lower high confirms in place in the RSI. And so overall, in terms of the trend and momentum, obviously I'm still very much bullish on the price of Solana in the trend and momentum, but it is just worth remembering that we are running into this major area of resistance, which could likely result in a bit of a slowdown sometime soon in that price range. Once again, I would not be surprised if we see that. But if you want to know how you can profit from crypto, no matter if the price is pumping, dumping, or simply chopping around sideways, you can profit in either of those scenarios by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish using AI, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video, and Merry Christmas.